So while you are listening, you might pretend that you are one of those who had the fortune of being in the live studio audience as they watch their favorite performers do their thing. Or perhaps you might wish to just sit back, close your eyes, and imagine that you are sitting in your own living room in front of the old Philco radio, anxiously awaiting for your favorite program to begin. So join us now as we take you back to those thrilling days of yesteryear.
The Jello program, coming to you from the Grand Ballroom of the Hotel Pierre, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Abe Lyman and his orchestra. The orchestra opens the program with You from the Great Ziegfeld. They say that time is money. If you want to save both time and money, serve Jello for dessert. Jello is easy to make, easy to take, and a good-looking and good-tasting, inexpensive dessert that you can make in just a jiffy. Your whole family will go for Jello's refreshing, true fruit taste. And remember that genuine Jello brings you that extra rich fruit flavor that comes from fresh, ripe fruit. So brighten up your dinner table some night soon. Serve a great gleaming dish of colorful Jello. It looks so attractive, it tastes so good, and it costs so little. Ask your grocer for Jello tomorrow, but be sure you get the real thing. Accept no substitutes. Insist on the one and only genuine Jello. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring to you a fellow who is a big man in Hollywood, a giant in Waukegan, but just another actor in New York, Jack Benny.
Hello again, this is Jack Benny coming to you from the Grand Ballroom of the Hotel Pierre. And listen, Don, I'm not such a small guy in New York either.
Well then, Jack, how come they won't even let you broadcast in the NBC studio? First it's the Waldorf Astoria, now the Pierre.
Well, it's because NBC's crowded, that's why.
Well, how long are you going to stay in New York anyway?
Until we run out of hotels. I've been hanging around so many ballrooms, I feel like a chandelier. Of course, there's a certain amount of class and prestige broadcasting from a place like this. Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
On behalf of the management of the Hotel Pierre, I bid you welcome and suss that the broadcasting facilities here are satisfactory.
They certainly are.
Now, if there's anything I can do for you, don't hesitate to call upon us.
Well, thank you. Is there anything I can do for you?
Yes. Don't mingle with the guests.
That's what I get for slumming on the avenue. Anyway, Don, it's still a distinction to be able to do our programming here. Not every entertainer would be granted that privilege, particularly one that I know of.
And who's that, Jack?
Well, I don't want to mention any names, but I don't know how Harry Von Zell can laugh at him every Wednesday night.
Oh, Von Zell, that announcer.
Yes.
Say, Jack, what product do they sell anyway?
Nothing you could put sliced bananas on.
Oh, by the way, Jack, did you hear Alan call you a bully last Wednesday? Benny's a bully, Benny's a bully.
Yeah, that's better than being a scaredy cat. Alan is a scaredy cat, Alan is a scaredy cat.
How do you know?
Oh, Don, he's an awful baby. Imagine a grown man taking ether when he gets a manicure.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I don't want Alan's name mentioned anymore on this program. From now on, if you have to refer to him, just call him Boo. That's good enough for me.
Boo Allen. That's a silly name.
Well, it fits the character.
Hiya, Don. Hello, Jack.
Hello, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Where have you been?
I was out with Boo and Portland Hoffa.
Oh, you were, eh? Well, I should think you select your company more carefully. Of course, Portland is all right, but I'd watch out for Boo.
You know, Jack, he asked you if you could really play the Boo on your violin.
That's B, and don't overdo it. Anyway, let's change the subject, all right?
Jello is not only economical, but it's easy to make. And remember, it tastes twice as good than it ever did before.
And now let's change the subject again.
Why, surely. Jack, where's Ken?
Oh, Kenny. Well, he had to run to Hollywood to finish his picture, but he'll be back again next week, darling.
You know, Jack, I just got the cutest telegram from Kenny.
Oh, well, he must have arrived there. What does he say?
He says, wait a minute. Here it is.
Yeah?
Arrived home safely, weather excellent, trip pleasant, bus comfortable.
Oh, he motored back. I see.
Scenery was beautiful in Pennsylvania, especially when we passed through Boo Town.
Boo Town?
He means Allentown.
Oh, I see. You must have read my thoughts, eh? Go on, Mary.
Right now, I'm listening to the program, and I certainly miss me.
Oh?
You would never know Hollywood. It has changed a lot in 2 weeks. I can't even find my house, and the Paramount Studio has changed its name to Anheuser-Busch.
Anheuser-Busch? Where's that wire from, Mary?
St. Louis.
I thought so. What a dope. Imagine getting off at St. Louis. Read on, Mary.
P.S.
P.S. on telegram.
I just found out that I'm in St. Louis instead of Hollywood. Boy, are they mixed up.
Well, that serves me right for letting him take the trip alone, eh?
Say, Jack.
Yeah? Oh, hello, Abe. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. Can I talk to you a minute?
Well, sure, Lyman. What is it?
Listen, Jack, I heard some pretty bad reports about me on last Sunday's program.
Well, you did? Well, I thought you were great. Well, didn't you, Don?
Oh, why, certainly. You were swell, Abe.
Well, I don't mean my music, but my friends all seem to think that you made me sound like a pretty tough guy.
But, Abe, we were only kidding.
Well, I'm sensitive.
Oh.
Gee, Jack, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a mug or a tough egg or anything. I'm considered a gentleman.
Well, I'm terribly sorry, Abe. Really.
Well, don't do it again, or I'll kick your teeth out.
Oh?
Are you going to take that from him, Jack?
Well, I'd fix him, but I don't want to be known as a bully.
Especially without teeth.
Yes, that's gratitude for you. Say, Don, why do I always have trouble with orchestra leaders? What have I done to deserve these constant threats of violence? Am I a magnet that attracts the brutality in maestros? A football to be kicked around from pillar to goalpost? Why must I eternally be ducking behind a microphone?
I don't know. Why?
Well, I'm thinking of an answer. The orchestra will play I Got Rhythm. Play, Lyman. I wish Freddie Bartholomew had an orchestra. I'd tell him something. Played by Abe Lyman and his musical muscle men. I don't know, Abe, how your musicians can be so tough and play so sweetly.
I feed him raw meat and cream puffs.
Oh, I see.
Anyhow,
No, listen, babe, I don't want to argue about anything. I'm too tired. I was up all night doing some last-minute work on my income tax.
Income tax?
Yes.
Why, Don and I saw you at the Star Club last night with a blonde.
Yes, she was helping me.
The way she ate, you could put her down as a dependent.
Mary, blondes aren't deductible.
You know, Jack.
What?
I'm glad I'm out in California where there's no income tax.
What? Mary, the federal tax applies in California the same as any other state.
That's funny. I never paid one.
You didn't? Well, didn't you get any letters from the government?
Yeah. Gee, I thought it was fan mail. I sent him a picture.
Well, you better file a tax report right away or you'll be doing a guest appearance on the Leavenworth Hour. Well, that was pretty good, wasn't it?
I liked it.
Anyway, you better get after that, though, Mary, really.
Fun romance with a matchbox.
Hey!
Hello, stranger.
Oh, hello, Schlepp. How are you?
Well, I feel like $1 million, and on that I don't have to pay tax.
Well, Schlepp, I really didn't expect you tonight.
Jack, so soon when I heard Kenny Baker wasn't coming up here, I came up to offer my services, to give you an audition.
Oh, really? Oh, are you a singer?
That's me, Bing Schlepperman. The yodeler from Yonkers, you know.
So you're a singer, eh? Well, that's news to me. Whose band did you sing with?
Goy Lombardo.
Goy.
Oh, what a snappy band remember them boys well.
Oh, the Lombardos. Hey, listen, I've listened to them a lot of times, but I never heard your voice.
Oh, do they play loud?
Well, Schlepp, tell me, what kind of songs do you sing?
Yeah, mostly the sentimental. Home on the ranch, shoes and saddles. There's an old swimming pool in the parlor.
Swimming pool?
That spinning wheel, you dope.
Say, Jack.
What?
Hey, what's the matter with that lineman?
Oh, well, you know how temperamental musicians are, especially band leaders.
Lineman, the band leader. A brush he should have on the end of that stick.
Schlepp, you said it.
Look.
Pipe down, Schlepperman.
Oh, hey, look what's talking. Look at him. He works 2 weeks and already he's a foreman.
Well, don't worry about him. Well, Schlepperman, it was very nice of you to offer your services, but I've already asked Mary to sing a number.
Oh, I don't want to sing tonight.
Oh, come on, Mary. I'll tell you what. If you'll sing a chorus, I will too. You're not offended, are you, Schlepp?
Well, I certainly not.
I'm sorry you made the trip for nothing.
Who made it for nothing? I sold 9 suits in the lobby.
Sit down, Schlepp. Mary's going to sing a song. Come on, Mary. Would you folks like to hear her? There you are. You see, now you have to go through with it, Mary. Hit it, Abe.
You do the darndest things, baby, but oh, you're so doggone cute with it all. I'd like to clip your wings, baby. You're flying so high, you're due for a fall. Your attitude slays me. I'm almost afraid. You're driving me crazy. I must be touched in the head like a You do the darndest things, baby, but oh, you're so doggone cute with it all.
Mary, that was swell. Really swell. And you weren't nervous or anything.
No, and now it's your turn, Jack.
All right. Now I'll sing my chorus, and I dedicate it to Don Wilson. Come on, boys. You say the darndest things, Wilson, but oh, you're so doggone cute with it all. Ha-cha-cha, you, always out to sell Jell-O in winter, spring, a summer, or fall. You always say strawberry, you always say raz, you always say cherry, orange, lemon, and lime. You nearly drive me nuts, Wilson, but oh, you're so doggone cute with it all. Well, now, what's that going on out there?
Come in.
What is that?
Come in. Come in.
Hey, what's going on out there? Now listen, I heard that disturbance outside. Now whoever's manipulating that foghorn has got to cut it out. Well, as I live and regret that there are no locks on studio doors. If it isn't Boo Allen. Now listen, Allen, what's the idea of breaking in here in the middle of my singing? Singing? Yeah. Now listen, Benny. I didn't mind it when you scraped that overnight bag 2 weeks ago and called that playing the bee. Yeah. But when you set that whooping cough to music and call that singing, you're going too far. Oh, you didn't like it, eh? Like it? Why, you make Andy Devine sound like Lawrence Tippin. Now look here, Alan. I don't care what you say about my singing or my violin playing on your own program, but when you come up here, be careful. After all, I've got listeners. Keep your family out of this. Now, listen. My family likes my singing and my violin playing, too. Your violin playing? Yeah. You're using the term loosely, Mr. Benny. Why, if I was a horse, if I was a pony even, and I found out that my tail, and found out that any part of my tail is being used in your violin bow, I'd hang my head in my oat bag from then on. Oh, you listen to me. you Wednesday Nighthawk. Another crack like that in Town Hall will be looking for a new janitor.
Why, you fugitive from a Ripley cartoon. I ought to bend your nose around until if you want to smell anything, you'll have to curb it. You lay a hand on me. You lay a hand on me. Anything we say accidentally will be better than the script. You lay a hand on me, Benny, and you'll be hollering strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and help.
Oh, listen to that smiling beauty. Keep this up, Ellen, and I'll ask Don Wilson to fall on you. And when Wilson falls on you, you know what that means.
Oh boy, pressed ham.
And a girl, Mary, that's a honey.
Quiet, coward.
Coward.
Yes, coward. And she doesn't mean that English entertainer Noel.
Now, Alan, I'm up here attending to my own business. It's no place to settle our private affairs. Now, how did you get in here without a pass?
I made one at the doorman and you're next.
Oh, I am, eh?
Gentlemen, don't fight yet, please. Why don't you go to the Madison Square Garden?
You keep out of this, you little squirt. From now on, your wife will be having both ends of the herring.
Oh, well, goodbye, Jackie boy. Take it easy.
Well, there goes Schlepperman, and I wish you'd follow him out.
Listen, cowboy, why didn't you stay out in Hollywood where you don't belong?
Because I heard you were coming out there to make a picture, that's why. You're to do very well, Mr. Allen, now that Boris Karloff is in England.
I saw your last picture, Lionel Benny.
Yes?
Until you made a picture, nobody knew what a lull liked on celluloid. And maybe you didn't stop Bang Night, but you certainly kept it going.
Oh, yeah? Well, 3 states are waiting for your picture to be released. They're going to use it instead of capital punishment. Wow! Now I got him with that one, didn't I?
That's telling him, Jack.
Who's that pallbearer?
Sick 'em, Lyman.
Look who's going to make a picture. Fred Allen, the great lover. I suppose Gable and Taylor are losing a lot of sleep right now.
Not if they're listening to this broadcast, they're not.
What a wicked retort. Where are you going to live in Hollywood, Mr. Allen? At the Ostrich Farm?
I may.
What are you laughing at, Mary?
He'll show those birds how to lay eggs.
Mary, that was marvelous. I'm going to kiss you for that.
Oh, then I take it back.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yes, she'd rather kiss an ostrich, and so would I.
Well, Alan, that's going a little too far. I don't mind a little muscling now and then, but when you make a kind of remark, it means fight where I come from.
You mean your blood would boil if you had any?
Yes! And I've got just enough to resent that. Mr. Allen, I come from the West. I'm a hard-boiled, true-fisted he-man. If you step outside in the hallway, I'm ready to settle this little affair man to man. Yeah, hey? Yeah! Yes, sir!
This will be the last number on the last program of any Jell-O series.
Next week, the Jell-O program starring Mary Livingston.
Come on, Alan, you want to go through with this?
I didn't come up here to get your autograph.
Now, listen, Alan, I'll give you just one more chance to apologize.
Apologize? Why, I'll knock you flatter than the first 8 minutes of this program.
Hold on there, Alan. Who touches a hair on Jack's gray head has to find it first.
Who said that?
Barbara Livingston.
Oh, never mind that. Come on, Alan, let us away. Play, Lyman. I'm sorry now that I sold my rowing machine.
That was Hallelujah from Mr. Jack's program, and Benny and Alan at each other's throats out in the hallway.
And the winner will tell his version on his new program next Wednesday night.
Well, now I don't know anything about that. Jack can certainly take care of himself.
Yeah, it's Alan he has to worry about.
Gee, I hope nothing's happened to either one of them, especially Jack.
Well, they both look pretty husky, although Jack did look just a little bit worried.
Oh, Jack doesn't care whether he wins or not. He's got a due bill on a hospital.
God's Freddie, those were the days, weren't they?
Oh, you're a card, Jackie. Remember the time in Toledo when you walked into the magician's dressing room and stole his pigeons?
Do I? Say they tasted pretty good, didn't they, Fred?
The bones I got certainly did.
Hey, Freddie, remember that guy in the show with us who used to take in the washing on the side? You know, the guy that did our laundry?
Say, what's Ben Burney doing now?
He's got a band, you know, Ben Burney and all the suds.
Say, we didn't make much money in those days.
Yes, Freddie, we didn't make much money in those days, but we did get a lot of laughs.
We certainly did until we walked on the stage.
Say, Jack.
Yes, Mary?
What happened to the fight?
What fight? Say, Freddie, remember that time in South Bend, Indiana, when you were going with Porty, and you and I, well, I'm trying to...
Hey, no kidding, fellows. What happened to that fight?
What, Doc? We were never serious about that.
Then how did you get that black eye?
Oh, this? Well, I was writing a letter.
Yes, I accidentally dotted his eye, Mary.
Now, wait a minute, Freddie. I slapped you more than you did me. Look at your wrist. It's all red.
Well, I made you say uncle, unquote, when I pulled your hair.
Uncle isn't the word, unquote, but let it go.
Say, Fred, here's a package you dropped on your way out to the hall.
Oh, yes. That's a box of candy I was going to give Jack.
Oh, Freddie.
Oh, candy! Can I have a piece?
Sure, but take the square ones, Mary. The round ones have got cement in them.
I see. And by the way, Fred, when you get home, if that box of flowers I sent you is still ticking, just put it in water.
I will, and thanks for the tip, Jack.
Oh, gee, this candy is swell. Have a piece, Jack?
Say, this is good chocolate. Wonderful flavor. What's it filled with, Freddie?
Icana.
Oh, well, I was going to brush my teeth anyway. I might as well eat it.
Well, Jack, I've got to go now. I've got a lot of work to do on my own program.
Okay, Fred. Well, thanks for your kind visit and apology.
What apology?
Well, never mind. Let's not start that again. Before you go, Fred, I want to tell you that I didn't mind one thing you said about me during that feud.
You didn't? Why not, Jack?
Well, I'll tell you. You said the darndest things, Freddie. But you were so doggone cute with it all.
You said the meanest things, Cherokee. You were riding high, you would do for a blow. I owe you some words.
You said I was bloodless.
You said I was tight.
You insulted my fiddling. A rootin' tootin' hootin' tootin' ha cha cha. We said the darndest things, palsy. But oh, we were so doggone cute with it all. And now we're friends. Oh, Fred, I didn't know you could sing that good.
Thanks, Jack. Well, I've got to leave you now. Oh, by the way, Mr. Lyman.
Yes, Fred?
Now listen, Tuffy, you lay off of my pal, Jack Benny. That's a hint. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
So long, Fred. So long. Well, play, Lyman, and watch your step. You heard what Alan said.
Why, you little sawed-off punk. I'll take you and tell you limb from limb.
St. Patrick's Day is only 3 days away, so you better be in now to getting together your shamrocks and Irish colors. And here's a Jello dessert that has a touch of color in keeping with the occasion. It's called Emerald Fruit Cup. You make it just this way. Dissolve 1 package of lime Jello in a pint of hot water and pour it into a shallow pan. Chill until firm, and then cut the Jello into cubes. Arrange the cubes of lime Jello in sherbet glasses, alternating with grapefruit sections. Serve plain, or for a distinctive touch, pour over each portion 3 or 4 tablespoons full of ginger ale. Refreshing lime Jello with juicy grapefruit. It's a grand combination to start off a dinner with, and equally delicious as a dessert. Serve Emerald Fruit Cup for St. Patrick's Day dinner, but be sure you make it with genuine lime Jello. For lime Jello, like all 6 Jello's delicious flavors, has an extra rich fruit taste. Ask for Jello by name, and look for the big red letters on the box. They spell Jello.
This is the last number of the 24th program of the new Jello series, and we'll be with you again next Sunday night, broadcasting from New York City. Mary, I want to tell you your song was swell.
Oh, thanks. Say, Jack, are you really glad that you made up with Fred Allen?
Certainly I am.
Why?
Well, now I won't have to listen to his program to hear what he's saying about me. Good night, folks.
Here's a special announcement for our Canadian listeners. All Jell-O sold in Canada is made in Canada.
It isn't one of the old hickory singers, kiddies.
The makers of Bluebonnet Margarine and Tenderleaf Tea present The Fred Allen Show, with Fred's guests Mary Livingston's husband, Cortland Hoffa, Minerva Pius as Mrs. Nussbaum, Alan Reed as Falstaff Openshaw, Parker Findlay as Titus Moody, the DeMarco sisters, and Al Goodman and his orchestra. My name is Kenny Delmar. Ladies and gentlemen, Shakespeare said, "To be or not to be." Benjamin Franklin said, "Remember, time is money." But for the last 8 months, all I've had to say is, here he is again, Fred Allen.
Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And Kenny, I happen to hear your opening remarks. That if you're unhappy in your work...
Well, how can I be happy, Fred? Every Sunday, what do? I have one line. Here he is again.
Kenny, the man who invented the telephone only had one line when he started.
Yeah, but Fred, I'm not getting any place in radio. It's the same on my other show.
You're on another show?
The Lucky Strike program.
Oh, the Lucky Strike program. What do you do on that?
Well, you know when the man says LSMFT?
Yeah?
And then the tobacco auctioneer says, yada, 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 sold American.
Uh-huh.
Then the voice says, you bet.
You bet.
Another voice says, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The voice that says, yes, sir, is mine.
You're beaten down on that show too, huh? Kenny, why don't you give up that other job and just work on my show?
You mean you'll pay me the extra money?
No, Kenny, but I'll tell you what I shall do. I'll let you add the line you have on the Lucky Strike program to the line you have on our show. Put them together now and see how they sound.
Here he is again, yes, sir.
How is that?
Well, that's more like it, Fred. Now I've got something to do.
As long as you're happy, Kenny, that's...
Mr. Allen!
Well, Portland! Well, Portland, pull up the old rejoiner and sit down. What's new?
Mama says President Truman has taken over all the coal mines.
Does your mother need coal?
Yes. Mama's calling up the White House tomorrow and ordering 2 tons.
Well, that's fine. Do away with the middleman. Go right to the top. Well, if she needs any wood, the president could sit down at the piano and give her a couple of chords, I imagine. Not good, huh? Can I help it? A man crept in here and did something to the script tonight. I won't mention any names.
Mama says the world today is a bowling alley.
The world is a bowling alley.
Every time you turn around, there's a strike.
Well, I'm glad. Anything you don't understand, applaud. It's perfectly all right. That's what they do in Hollywood. People come in, just applaud, get warm, and go home. Well, I'm glad the trains are running again, Portland.
Yes. If the railroad strike lasted 1 more week,
Yes?
the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe would have been off the hit parade.
Oh, that would have been terrible. Well, I think I'll run along, Portland. I have to get my magnifying glass and worm a crabapple.
Mama says Friday is your birthday.
That's right.
How old are you?
Nobody knows, Portland. I was born before the Decca Company started, so there weren't any records in those days.
Mama says last year.
Now, don't you laugh. Don't stop. If you're going to establish a precedent in here, I want to know it.
Mama says last year when the candles on your birthday cake melted down,
Yeah?
there was enough grease to wax the floor at Roseland.
I'm not that old, Portland.
Mama says if you were a piece of furniture, you'd be an antique.
If I were an antique in radio, I'd be Duncan's other five. Well, that's life, I guess, Portland.
Mama says life is like the Australian fig bird.
The Australian fig bird?
It lives on the seeds in figs.
But there aren't any figs in Australia.
The Australian fig bird dies at birth.
And the Australian fig bird has nothing on our jokes, let me tell you. In fact, I think we better get along to Alan's Alley, Portland.
What is your question tonight?
Well, recently, Mr. Al Slater, a specialist in mental suggestion, made a phonograph record that he guarantees will put any insomniac to sleep. And so our question is, do you have any trouble sleeping? And if you do, what are you doing about it?
Shall we go?
As the dollar dinner said when the glutton sat down, I'll be gone in a minute. It's so good to get back to Alan's Alley, Portland. It's as quiet as an eel coiling in a bucket of whipped cream. Say, I wonder if the senator's in. Let's knock.
Somebody, I say, somebody knock!
Yes,
Claghorn's a name, Senator Claghorn.
Well, now look, I know.
Something tells me you don't remember me, son.
Look, I remember
I'm
you.
from the South, the corn and possum paradise.
Now, look,
the
Senator.
only plant life I have around my house is a Virginia creeper.
Now, wait a minute.
Every time I get chicken pox, they're southern fried.
Senator.
Remember me now,
No.
son? Don't say no in my presence.
Why not?
N-O, that's North, abbreviated.
Wait a minute, Senator. What about this sleeping?
When I first went to the Senate, I had plenty of trouble sleeping.
You?
After the roll was called, I put on my seersucker nightshirt and my linsey-woolsey beret.
Yeah?
I'd face the south, lean back, close my eyes.
And go to sleep,
Until some Yankee pigeon plucker would get up and start flapping his lips and break my Morpheus filibuster. Filibuster, that is.
I heard you the first time, Senator. Are you still losing sleep, Senator?
No, I've solved my problem, son. Well, when I'm ready to sleep in the Senate, I sit back and croon myself my southern lullaby.
What is your southern lullaby?
Let me sing it for you. Rock-a-bye, small fry, on the cotton tree top. When the southern wind blows, your cradle will rock. When the wind's from the north, I say, baby, you'll bawl. For down will come cradle, tree, and you all.
Very good, Senator. So long, Senator.
So long!
Well, the Senator stopped just in time. I was dozing off myself. Now I wonder how Titus Moody's doing.
Howdy, bub.
You're starting to sound like Dennis Day, Titus. Tell me, Mr. Moody, do you have any trouble sleeping?
Well, I only half sleep.
Half sleep?
I got short eyelids.
With short eyelids, you can't close your eyes,
Well, only when I frown.
I see. Well, are you only one awake on the farm?
No, daylight saving time has got everything in a swivet.
The animals are bewildered?
Yeah, my cow's got insomnia.
Your cow didn't sleep at all?
The bags under her eyes were so big, I didn't know which end to milk.
You were confused, eh?
Yep. First time I milked the wrong end, I got 2 buckets full of homogenized tears.
Well, have you cured the cow's insomnia?
Yep, got me a book on hypnotizing.
Good.
I stood in front of the cow.
Yeah?
I stared right into her eyes.
Uh-huh.
I started waving my hands.
Uh-huh.
I said, Alakazam, Alakazam, you ain't a cow, you're a hen.
You're a hen? Well, was your hypnotism a success?
Yep. Today the cow thinks she's a hen.
Well, how do you know?
Well, she's sitting on a nest.
You mean...
She's laying eggnogs. So long, bub.
Let's try this next door here.
New?
Oh, Mrs. Nussbaum.
You were expecting maybe Hoagie Carbuncle?
Tell me, Mrs. N, do you have trouble sleeping?
Who could sleep? Every night with this dreaming, my husband Pierre is waking me up.
He dreams, huh?
Always, it's different things.
Dreams he's different things? How do you mean?
One night, Pierre is dreaming he is a lone stranger.
Yeah?
All night long, he is yelling, "Hi-ho, Silver!"
Hi-ho, Silver, huh?
Upstairs is living a Mrs. Silver.
Yeah?
All night, she is yelling back, "Hi-ho, Nussbaum!"
I see.
One night, Pierre is dreaming he is an automobile, a roadster.
A roadster?
In his pajamas, Pierre is sleeping with the top down.
Oh, my.
Once he is dreaming he is an Alka-Seltzer.
An Alka-Seltzer?
All night, Pierre is fizzing.
No wonder you can't sleep.
Last night, he should drop dead.
What happened?
He is dreaming he is a tea kettle.
A tea kettle, huh?
All night long, Pierre is whistling.
Whistling?
In the morning when he is baking,
Yeah?
in bed with Pierre is 20 dogs.
Well, that brings us to the lavender shanty at the end of the act. Let's try here.
You knocked 3 times. Do you think that's nice? In my last picture, the postman rang twice.
Ah, Falstaff, you have new poems tonight?
Indubitably, hast heard. Said the little bear to the big giraffe, "Let's eat a hyena just for a laugh."
No.
Or, when I called her baby, her face lit up, 'cause she had a lantern jaw.
No.
How about this? Mother's home, putting spikes in her shoes. She's playing first base for Veracruz.
Now, wait a minute, Falstaff. You exponent of Hackney. Tonight we are discussing the problem of sleep.
My poem awaits your bidding.
And what is your shut-eye sonata called?
My recipe for slumber.
How does it gee?
If you cannot sleep at night and you don't know what to do, my recipe for slumber is just the thing for you. Don't waste time taking powders. Don't bother counting sheep. Don't dawdle in a hot bath hoping you will sleep. Don't give up drinking coffee. Don't send for any gland man. You can eat and drink all night and still you'll meet the Sandman. My recipe for slumber is older than the Sphinx. Just cut 20 tiddlies into halves and you'll get 40 winks.
Well, thank you, Falstaff. And as Falstaff runs for cover, a simple suggestion.
A suggestion about something good to eat makes us all take notice. So here's one for the books. Be smart when you spend your food dollars, ladies. Get the most for your money. Get Bluebonnet margarine, for it gives you flavor, nutrition, economy. All 3. Yes, not just 1, not just 2, but all 3. You get flavor, delicious flavor. Fresh, delicate, country sweet. The fussiest eater in your family will tell you, "Gee, Mom, this tastes swell." Bluebonnet brings you proved nutrition, too. It's rich in food energy, rich in vitamin A. As for economy, you'll find Bluebonnet saves you real money. Costs just about half as much as an expensive table spread. And remember, Bluebonnet margarine is a product of the makers of Fleischmann's yeast. So you know it's pure, fresh, dependable. These days, your grocers don't always have Bluebonnet, for there's an acute shortage of table spread. But keep asking, he'll have it, and when he does, grab it. Remember the letters F-N-E for flavor, nutrition, economy. Bluebonnet margarine gives all 3. Flavor, nutrition, economy.
That was just a short order of Who Do You Love, I Hope, played by Maestro Al Goodman and his 40-man crew.
This is Studio 6A, folks.
Say, wait a minute.
This is the last booth is the control room.
Say, just a
The
minute.
little man with the mildew on him is the vice president.
Say, wait a minute. What is this?
This is the Radio City 60 Cent tour. Okay, folks, let's get going. Hey, wait a minute. I got a stowaway here.
A stowaway in a tour?
Only 15 people paid. Now I got 16.
Who would be low enough to sneak into a tour to save 60 cents?
There's the guy. Hey, you!
Who? Me? Jack Benny. Jack,
60 cents out of you if
Take
I
your
had...
hand off my...
Come on!
Put me down!
Yes, Guy, put Mr. Benny down. I'll give you the 60 cents.
Wait a minute, Fred, wait a minute. Put that money away.
But, Jack...
I've only seen half the tour.
Well, Jack...
Give him 30 cents.
Here you are, Guide.
Thanks. Follow me, folks. Now on your right is a water cooler.
Well, Fred, it was nice of you to pay that 30 cents.
It was nothing, Jack.
Nothing, he says. 30 cents.
Jack, how can you be so cheap?
All right, go ahead. Be like the other radio comedians. Tell some cheap jokes. Say, I'm tighter than the skin on Sidney Greenstreet's hip. I squeeze a nickel so hard, the E pluribus laps over the unum.
Well, Jack, I didn't...
Oh, start insulting me after I made a special trip up here just to say goodbye before I leave for Hollywood.
Well, Jack...
All of a sudden I'm cheap. I won't even eat in the sun. My shadow might ask me for a bite.
Your shadow has teeth? Jack, now look, Jack, don't get excited. Look, if you're cheap, you're cheap.
That's the way I look at it. Some people save asparagus ends. It's a hobby. My hobby is not spending.
Look, Jack, if there was ever a time that you and I should not argue, this is the time.
What do you mean, this is the time?
Well, haven't you heard? A lot of the radio programs that have been on for many years have been canceled. They'll not be back on the air next fall.
Well, that's radio, Fred. It's a dog-eat-dog. I always say only the fit survive.
Oh, how true. By the way, you finished tonight, didn't you?
Yes, sirree. Tonight was my last show of the season.
Did your sponsor mention anything about your program coming back in October?
Well, no, Fred, but we have a mutual understanding. You see, we always sort of take it for granted. Oh, the season ends, the sponsor shakes hands with me, and then we... Yipe!
Jack, what's wrong?
Tonight, he didn't shake hands.
Well, that's what happened to the street singer. At the end of the year, his sponsor used to wink. One year he didn't wink, the street singer was back in the street.
But Fred, why should my sponsor want to get rid of me? Why, I'm funnier now than I was when I started, and I'm getting less money.
Really?
Some weeks when he's short, I take tobacco. You know, I hate to get laughs at all on your program.
Let's face it, Jack, radio needs new blood. Who knows, we may be through.
I've been in radio 14 years. They can't throw me aside like an old shoe.
But Jack,
14 years, and now, like an old shoe.
But Jack, you with that and yelp. 14 years is a long time.
Fred, what does Ma Perkins got that I haven't got, only longer commercials?
Well, Jack, you know how it is in radio. Today you're a star, tomorrow Ralph Edwards is hitting you in the face with a pie.
Like an old shoe.
Well, cheer up, Jack. At least we have our memories. We've known each other for 30 years.
Yep. The first time I met you, Fred, I was just a kid in school, a diller, a dollar, a 10 o'clock scholar.
You were the only 10 o'clock scholar I ever saw with 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh, I could use some of that fuzz today. Could use a good joke today, too.
The next time we met, we were in vaudeville, remember? You were doing a musical act.
Playing the violin. A finish I had. When I played Glowworm, my violin lit up.
Ah, with those neon strings, it was beautiful.
Fred, remember my encore?
Encore?
Remember, I put the violin bow in my teeth, bend the crab, and play Listen to the Mockingbird.
And as you bent the crab, 2 mockingbirds flew out of the back of your pants.
I stopped every show with it.
Really? Except this one. Remember the closing...
This one stopped 5 minutes before I got on it.
It stopped with Cass Daly. Remember that week in Needles, Arizona? The closing act, Cohen's Camels?
Cohen's? No.
The closing act, Jack. How could you forget Cohen's Camels?
Cohen, I remember. My sponsor told me to forget that other word.
Ah, those were happy days. The next time I saw you, you were just going into radio.
I remember the morning Marconi called me up.
Marconi?
Marconi and Singing Sam had a little radio station in a doorway down on the east side. The antenna was a Western Union boy holding a wire.
Well, I guess...
These kind of jokes don't fit me.
No, they don't.
The antenna. When did I ever say antenna on my own show? But go ahead, Fred.
Well, it's all over, Jack. We've come to the end of the rainbow.
Like an old shoe.
There it is again.
And I'm 10 minutes already. I've only had... It's an old shoe. Oh, I forget. Antenna.
You ought to get a boot out of that old shoe by now.
No, I'm sorry I brought it up again. Well, seems like only yesterday I ran into the maid company and said, Mary, stop demonstrating that Brillo. That's another word I don't always get.
Yeah, it goes on top of antenna.
We're going to have to work on that, I'm telling you. So,
The Brillo fits in an antenna. Well, cheer up, Jack. When you're retired, you can tune in on my program.
your program? You mean you're not going to be thrown on a radio too?
Well, why should I?
Well, listen, if my program is old stuff, you with that broken down Allen's Alley.
Well, now wait. I mean my new show.
New show?
People don't want entertainment today. A radio has got to give away things. Nylon, ice boxes, automobiles.
You mean to stay on the air, you have to give things away? Free?
Yes.
I'll die first.
Well, not me. I'm auditioning my new program tonight.
And your friend, you're giving things away.
Tons of stuff.
To strangers.
What's the difference who gets it?
Well, Fred, as long as I'm here in the studio...
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Jack. Professional people cannot participate. It's the rule.
But don't you find people on these programs to change their names to get something for nothing?
Well, occasionally we do catch a phony, but we're on the air. What can we do?
Nothing? You have to give them the merchandise?
That's right.
Mr. Allen, we're ready for your audition.
Yeah, I'll run along, Fred. So long.
So long, Jack.
Giving away things for nothing.
Well, all right, Mr. Goodman. Let's try out my new show.
How would you like to be king for a day? And here he is, the man who'll change one of you nobodies into king for a day. The old kingmaker himself, Fred Allen.
Thank you, and good evening. Did all you folks in the audience like those $1,000 bills you found on your seats when you came in? Good. And if you want more, there will be a big bag of money at the door on your way out. Help yourselves. But the stage is loaded with hundreds of presents for the first man to enter our jumbo jackpot question. He will be king for a day. And here's our first eager contestant. Good evening, sir. What is your name?
I'm not Plug.
Mr. Plod, how old are you?
I'm 98.
98 years old.
And don't pin no orchid onto me.
No orchid, eh?
That's how I lost my wife.
On a quiz program?
Yeah, my wife was 102. The fella pinned an orchid onto her, and the weight of the orchid bent my wife over and snapped her spine.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, my wife won the first prize, but she never knew it.
Well, all right, Mr. Plod. And now for our question. You may be king for a day.
I don't think I'll last through the day.
All right, we'll hurry. Tell me, who was the 6th President of the United States?
The 6th?
There were 3 names.
Mary, Margaret, McBride?
Ooh, I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Plod, but I'm afraid for making such a swell try, here's a gift certificate. Presented at LaGuardia Airfield, and you'll get a brand new B-29 with a polka dot form-fitting parachute. Happy landings, Mr. Plod. And now our next potential king for a day. Your name, sir?
Myron Proudfoot.
Myron Proudfoot? You look like a chap I know.
I'm not interested in your friends. Start giving things away, brother.
What is your occupation, Mr. Proudfoot?
I'm a chaplain in a bakery.
What does a chaplain do in a bakery?
I put wings on angel cakes.
How long have you been in the cake business, Mr. Proudfoot?
Long enough to know a crumb when I see one. And I see one.
Now, don't get sarcastic, Mr. Proudleg.
The name's Proudfoot, and make with the question.
All right. Who was the 6th President of the United States?
John Quincy Adams.
John Quincy Adams is correct. And Mr. Myron Proudfoot is king for a day. Folks, here he is, King Proudfoot. Well, Your Majesty, how do you feel?
Never mind how I feel, what do I get?
Well, first for His Majesty from Schnook Sports Nook, a genuine nose-splash beaver-board canoe paddle. Here it is.
Oh, canoe paddle. Oh, boy.
And with the compliments of Tiffany's, this chromium pitchfork for our king for a day.
Gee, a
his department store 200 pounds of self-hardening putty for King for a day.
Just what I need, just what I needed.
This is just the beginning, King. King, are you over 35?
By 2 years.
Fine. A jumbo potternicle gym for His Majesty.
Epic. Epic. That's yank backwards.
And here, a piston rod from a genuine Baldwin locomotive for His Majesty the King. A small. And here, from Melody Lane Music Shop, this case of 2,000 soybean mandolin picks. These are the mandolin picks.
I just keep pinching myself to believe it.
Immediately after this program, Your Majesty will be the guest of honor at a banquet at Hamburger Heaven. Tomorrow morning, through the courtesy of the sanitation department, you will be guest conductor on the 11:35 garbage run through the Bronx. At night, in your ermine robe, you will be whisked by bicycle to Orange, New Jersey, where you will be the judge in a chicken cleaning contest.
I'm king for a day.
And that's not all.
There's more?
Yes! We're going to stop right now to make you look like a king. Sam of Sam's Super Shoe Shine stand is here to brush your shoes.
Sam.
All right, Sam.
Watch out for the buttons.
Next, the president of the Busy Bee Hat Cleaners is here to block your hat. Take the king's hat, Mr. Bumble.
And change the newspaper in the bag.
Your suit is a little baggy, King. Boys, take the Majesty's coat off.
Wait.
On our stage, we have a Hoffman pressing machine.
Now, wait a minute.
An expert operating the Hoffman pressing machine will press your trousers.
Now, wait.
Take Mr. Proudfoot's pants off, boys.
Now, wait a minute.
Keep your shirt on, King.
Then I'll keep my shirt on.
For a little flake, folks. Tune in again next week.
Oh, now come on, Alan, give me my pants.
Quiet, King.
Well, and where are my pants?
Benny, for 15 years I've been waiting to catch you like this.
Alan, you haven't seen the end of me.
It won't be long now.
I want my pants.
And now, if you don't know what day today is...
Today is the day to get out the tall glasses. The iced tea season is here. Time to enjoy iced tender leaf tea, one of the summer's main attractions. Yes, iced tea is raised to its ultimate best by the use of this richer blend. In fact, the iced tea season has played a big part in making tender leaf tea so famous for flavor. Flavor means more. It's more important through the summer months. So everybody sets out to get more of the flavor going, and that leaves straight tender leaf tea for finer flavor and more of it. Despite a melting glass of ice, the rich goodness of tender leaf tea persists. The last swallow of the glass is still delicious, still flavorful. Tender leaf tea. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We hope that you've enjoyed our show today. And in fact, that did happen. There was a record where Jack's Trousers underwear did have LSMFT on it, and the audience got a special treat that day. So we've got a fantastic show coming up in our spring as we celebrate one of the longest and most successful shows from the golden age of radio. In fact, not only did it last for 11 years on the airwaves, something that wasn't easy for dramas and adventure programs, let alone westerns, but it was also one of the few shows to make a seamless transition into television, only to last another 20 years. Young boys and even a few girls would don their cowboy hats, buckle on their six-shooters, and eagerly wait to hear those exciting words, "Around Dodge City and in the territory out west, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of gun smoke." Yes, and we'll bring you to 2 exciting and dramatic episodes on Sunday, April 6th at 2 o'clock right here at the Oak Park Arms. So be sure to check out our website, www.TTDY Radio, that stands for Those Thrilling Days of Yesteryear, TTDYradio.com for the latest updates and show information. And now, for the cast of Those Thrilling Days of Yesteryear, playing the roles of Don Wilson and Abner Plug, Rob Lamont. Playing Mary Livingston, Pam Turlow. Covering the roles of Abe Lyman and Titus Moody, Tim Baker. Zuckerman and Kenny Delmar were Don Giggle. Portland Hoffa was Val Gowinski. And Senator Claghorn was John Gould. Mrs. Moosebaum was Margie Gustafson. And the many roles of the hotel manager, Falstaff Openshaw, and our studio guy, Steve Schroeder. And playing the role of Jack Benny is our own John Corona. And his counterpart nemesis, Fred Allen, Matt Gilbert. And the radio show would be complete without the synchronous sound effect stylings of Pam Turlow and Steve Schroeder. And special thanks to the magnificent musical magic of Peter Storms on piano. An entire orchestra, right there. And I'm your producer and director, Ben Dooley. Thank you. And on behalf of the cast, we'd like to thank you, the audience, for once again helping our show to come alive and for living those thrilling days of yesteryear so that we could bring them back to you. Thank you.